Right, it's Wednesday, March 6th. Just bought some SPY 515 puts at 487. They're kind of just quickly moved up to the close to the 6 area right here. This is on the 1-minute chart. After it made the big draw, well, on the 15-minute chart, I was talking about how I was looking for a potential failure up here. We're moving up on a 2-up day into this gap. I didn't really feel strongly that we were going to kind of broaden out to the weekly high up here on Monday. And anyway, so I was watching 15-minute price action the whole time after I shot my midday video, kind of started a secondary push up. Then it had a big red bar that came down. Now that bar kind of immediately brought in a little buying, but that was too big of a drop to me to have an orderly pullback to test those highs again. So I was watching the 1-minute chart when it came up and then held in this fair value gap and then started down. I bought the puts right here. So we're moving lower now. We're gonna see if that 15-minute chart at this point kind of takes out the lows of the day, the lows of the month. If we get below the green line, that's my key line to know whether that month is red or green. We possibly had an upward attempt today, but now we're moving back in line with the downside. Structure-wise, I think there's enough time in the day to take out those lows. And overall, we'll see if this ends up being a 2-up red failure bar, kind of again, it's not so much this is a hammer bar, but it has a buying tail down here. If we could end up a day with a shooter bar red, that'll be nice for a 2 down tomorrow. And as I've been talking about all week, I still think we've taken out the high of that previous week. We got to the midpoint of that week. We're holding below the open of the week, and now we still have a few days to go to get down and get an outside day to the an outside week to the lows of the previous week, which on the charts is kind of down in this area here and into this gap. So we're starting to get the little failure up here. This type of price action intraday is, once we were grinding up, we had the orderly pullback, the attempt to, make a second push up in the day and had a big failure. So to me, that just shows there's a big failure up here in general. And hopefully we'll just kind of pause in here and then work towards the lows of the day and close with a nice shooter bar, which could be a good indicator for a 2 down tomorrow to start working down to some of those higher time frame targets that have been discussed really since the end of last week. So if we got a failure, and that developed on Monday here. So again, kind of a tricky little, market attempt to go higher, but the big picture I still think's to the downside. And I was kind of, I tried to bought some puts here, had to take a very small gain, almost a break-even kind of trade, and now, I'm back to the short side again. So we'll see what unfolds here in the afternoon.